Josh's first loot run into West Point was a massive success, and he came away with a lot of food. Now he's on the search for weapons. Yes, indeed, it is time for another loot run, another foray into West Point. Everything now is about preparing for Louisville, and Louisville surely will mean a lot of zombies, and that means we need a lot of weapons. But first we need... oh my god, where the hell did they come from? Wow, well that's going to wake Josh up. First we need to get back into the Gigamart, finish looting it for food. There's a whole back area we didn't even get into. Let's see what we can find. Okay, well you can see some evidence of what a success Josh's first loot run into West Point was. Ooh, I don't mind if I do. I think we're going to go in through the back way this time. Backs go straight for the back storage areas. Another couple of zombies to deal with again. We're going to just try and hit the zombies a couple at a time. We're going to stick with the plan. We will see if Josh can pull it off, but the plan is, well, the plan is to finish looting the Gigamart. Ooh, but those shelves look empty. I hope there's some stuff on the floor to make this worth it. But once we've looted the Gigamart, once we've cleared the car park, we're going to be heading straight for the gun store, and we're going to try and well, just make a noise, basically make a distraction, draw all the zombies away, and head back to the gun store without being observed, hopefully, and then see what we can find. Now, who would have thought that a broken banjo neck would be an effective weapon in a zombie apocalypse? But I suppose you've got to make use of whatever you can find, really. Wow, it kind of feels like Josh really means business today. It's 10:40 in the morning and he's already killed about 10 zombies. He's got a lot more to go, I'm sure. Maybe trying to go in the back way was not the smart idea, because yeah, there just seems to be zombies everywhere, although those ones are moving off, which is brilliant. We've got just the one, hopefully, then we can get in. I guess we're going to be doing some more dumpster diving. Ooh, wow. And the dumpsters comes through every single time almost. And then some. Look at this. Dry dog food. I don't know what's worst, cat food or dog food. Hopefully we won't need to rely on either. What else are we going to find? A worn leather opener. I think we'll pass. Let's get in off the street. Let's get in the back, in the storage area. Hopefully we can find a lot more food. Man, this place was picked clean. Look at these shelves. Absolutely nothing. We're going to be looking for scraps on the floor again. Okay, well that is the floor searched. Almost nothing. We found an ice pick. We can make do that as a weapon. We found a few bits of food, but again, disappointment really is the main feeling. I'm going to grab this zombie's duffel bag, equip it secondary. I'm going to put all the food into one bag and chuck it in the back of the truck. Okay, well that is the inventory sorted out. This is all the food that Josh has managed to get out of that Gigamart, and of course he's probably eaten about 6 or 7 things as well. It's been a massive success. Okay, well again Josh finds himself deviating from the original plan. Now he should be turning his sights to Twiggy's and the gun store just up to the northeast, but there is another potential source of weapons for him really close by, and that is a hardware store just a little ways up. I don't know how many, if it's going to be worth the time. I don't know how many zombies Josh is going to have to kill. If it's not going his way, he can bail at any time. You can see the area behind him is clear, but let's see how we get on, and let's see how far a broken banjo neck can take you in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, well things are going pretty well. We're going to need to find another banjo, I think. It is Life is full of surprises, so who would have thought a broken banjo neck would save the day? Wow. A wood axe, incredible, but it's almost worn out. It's about as sharp as my jokes. Okay, well, just there is a massive hotel. We want to stay clear of there, but as well actually as the hardware store, which is next to a food market. We got a food market as well. We've got so many distractions. We're never going to get to the gun store today at this rate. Okay, we're right in the midst of West Point right now, and it kind of feels like the loot is here for the taking, like the town is here for the taking. There are a lot of distractions. We got apartments above these shops, as well as a food market and a hardware store, and not a massive amount of zombies. Kind of feels like low-hanging fruit at the moment. Maybe we should extend our stay in West Point. So we've got about 5 or 6, where did you come? 5 or 6 zombies up ahead. I think once we've cleared that group, then that is the time to get inside and start what would hopefully be a really fruitful loot run. A minor pain is coming from the muscle strains. That's going to slow Josh's progress down a little bit. So we're going to switch to the hunting knife. A little bit easier on the old muscles. Okay, well, those things look pretty straightforward. We do need to keep our eyes and ears alert. The zombies could appear from around the corner from different directions from the shops nearby at any point. We could have a zombie come out of nowhere. Oh wow, okay. And that is another 2 zombies down. But we've, as well as minor pain for muscle strain, we're a little bit out of breath as well. So just gonna take a moment, maybe an hour or so, just to fall back to the van, to the truck, and just take a little bit of a breather. Well, it turns out the truck is a long way away. A good thing to do while we're waiting for the ache and the pain in Josh's muscle to subside a little bit is look at this. We've got these magazines. Now, I've read them now, but we can actually make them. We've got duct tape. We can make them into a little bit of armor, and this is a new thing. I've not done this before. Don't know. We've got a whole roll of duct tape. We've got 2 or 3 magazines. It's going to be interesting to see what the protection is like and what the weight is like. Wow. Okay, well, massive discomfort, and we'll be destroyed if completely wet. But look at that bite and scratch defense, and we can wear it anywhere on our thighs and forearm. Well, we've got something on the left forearm, and this is a good opportunity as any to check what the protection is like. And look at that, now we've got that magazine armor on the right forearm, 100% bite and scratch defense, which is absolutely brilliant. It's big discomfort, but it's a good option. Okay, actually gives a little bit of tailoring XP as well. It's almost nothing at 0.3. Let's have a look. I think we want to put that on our right thigh. Now, the only problem with wearing all the armor on the forearms is you have to take the digital watch off, which is a little bit annoying. Look at this protection now. We've got 100% protection for bite and scratch on the left and right forearms and on the left and right thighs. We have to keep an eye out for that discomfort. You can see it's already a little bit uncomfortable, but that is some brilliant protection. So I think the opportunity is definitely here to get into the food market and hopefully get some more food, and then it's straight onto the hardware store. It sounds like the power is back on. I can hear fridges all in the back there. Definitely sounds like the power is on. I'm seeing some things on the shelf. Okay, well, again, nothing more than a few scraps, some olives, some chocolate chips, some salsa. We'll take it. That pasta dish is getting more and more sophisticated as we get more and more ingredients, more and more supplies. Again, we're going to search the floor, see what we can find. Okay, we found some salt as well as pepper now, so yeah, we got some seasoning for that pasta dish as well. We gotta, I mean, probably not gonna be able to make it now, but maybe the next time the power comes on, we could make that delicious pasta dish. We got all the ingredients we need. There's nothing else on the floor. We've got a back storage area. And it's almost completely empty of food on the shelves. We're just gonna find a few scraps on the floor by the look of it. Fortunately, the food store leads right through to the hardware store. There's bound to be some zombies out on the street, so we need to be careful. We need to make this quick. Well, not much. A wooden mallet. I mean, beggars can't be choosers. That's all we can find on the shelves. We could make use of that. Let's see what else we can find on the floor. Well, we can find a lot of stuff on the floor, but not much of it very useful at all. But what we can find, what is that? Praying hands keyring. We did find a kitchen knife. That's going to be good for a couple of zombie kills, I'm sure. Speaking of zombie kills, oof, that made me jump. Let's get back out on the street. Do we want to waste time in the zombie? I don't think we do. Do we want to go deeper into West Point? I don't think we do. Let's get out of here. Let's move on. It's time to go to the next phase of the plan. Okay, so I'm going to leave the truck here, pacing in that direction. Most importantly, that's going to be our escape route if things go a little bit wrong. I'm surprised to see that Josh is a little bit drowsy already. It is actually past 9 in the evening. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Wow, do we really want to start this now? I guess we want to scope the area out, right? We want to scope the area out. Where's our whistle? I'm gonna go in on foot. Take it slowly, take it quietly. Maybe the zombie numbers won't be so bad, or we can just deal with it with melee, with this beautiful busted banjo neck. One zombie in the trees. Beautiful. What is going to be ahead? The zombie numbers do not look overwhelming. Okay, maybe they do. Well, it's a little bit late to start this now, though. It's a little bit late to start it now. Let's fall back. We know what's ahead. It's a lot of zombies. Let's take out the few that are on us. Let's just fall back. Let's not attract too many at once. We're going to take a few hits because Josh is starting to get a little bit tired. But this banjo neck really is doing the business. There's one down. There's 2 down. And there's 3. Okay, well, it's time to fall back. It is not the time to start a massive sort of distraction just when it's about an hour away from getting complete pitch black. We've done some more looting, we've got some more gear. We want more though. We'll be back tomorrow. Okay, it is the next morning. It is pretty much sunrise, 5 o'clock in the morning. And Josh has not been very smart. He's kept his magazine armor on while he's trying to sleep, and it's made him more than a little bit uncomfortable. The pain will subside. Well, before we go back to West Point, before we try and do quite a massive risky loot run at the gun store, look at this. We found the brochure for the Grand Ohio Mall, and I thought it's just going to mark it on the map. But look at this. This is interesting. This actually gives you a full breakdown of what is where, which is brilliant. If you were planning to go to the Grand Ohio Mall for a raid, for a loot run, you want to be able to plan it as much as you can. You want to know what your high profile targets are, where you want to enter and get out as quickly and as easily as possible. So that is actually a really, really cool brochure and something that I was not expecting. And now it is time to finally take on the West Point gun store. It is a high profile target. It is covered, surrounded by zombies, more than we could possibly fight. So we're going to try and draw them away with the whistle, with the noise. We're going to try and draw them around into the Gigamart car park. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm going to leave the truck here. So if we need to make a quick getaway, we can do so. I'm still not entirely convinced that this is worth the time and effort. I'm still not entirely sure how exactly we should approach this. I've got a whistle. Will that be too noisy? Will that make too much noise? Okay. Will that bring in too many zombies into the area? Should I just shout? Will it be worth getting a load of guns and ammo? We're really going to make good use of them. I'm sure there was another zombie there. Just going to take a moment to clear the zombies that are nearby the truck so that they don't get in the way. They don't slow Josh down if we need to make a quick escape. I think I need to make a slight detour into the Gigamart. Hopefully it's not overrun again, just to fill it with water. Yeah, let's not waste time clearing the area again. Wow. It's kind of feel like those zombies then were just attracted by the raccoon and then saw Josh. That's kind of how that feels that happened. Let's just fall back a little bit so we don't want to attract those two as well. Man, these bodies are piling up, and that is the banjo neck finally broken just when I was beginning to think it was here for the long term. We're going to go with the ice pick, and that is the short blunt leveled up. Beautiful. Well, as is often the case, things have not started how you think they're going to go in your head. Again, we're wasting, well, is it a waste of time killing zombies? Is it ever a waste of time? I don't know, but we're stuck in the Gigamart car park. As usual, there's a zombie between where Josh is and where he wants to get to that's slowing him down. Got another couple of zombies. And that ice pick is broken already. So again, we're just going through so many weapons. Oh man, the zombies just keep coming. All I wanted to do is quickly fill up the water and get out of here. That's another foot stomp missed. Come on, Josh. Yeah, but that is another 2 zombies taken down. What is the time? The time already 8 o'clock in the morning. I feel like we're going to be clock watching today. Yeah, as I said, there's a lot to do today. Could be a big day. Oh, why is there always a zombie in the way? There's always another zombie. I just wanted to fill up the water, man, you know? And we're getting an error every time we try and push a zombie down. There's a few issues with the latest update with some elements of the combat, so we're going to have to really be careful with that. Okay, got the water filled up. Let's go and say a big hi to the hordes at the gun store. There is the gun store. Now, have they broken down all the doors? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Let's go around the back. Let's do a thorough job. Okay, let's get the whistle equipped. Let's see, what have we got around the back? We've got a car park and we've got a lot of zombies. Let's do this. Now, it's a lot more difficult to do this sort of thing than it used to be. Oh, we've got a high fence. That is not bad. That is not good. Oh no. We're running right into the eye of the storm here. Wow, okay, yeah, that is a lot of zombies, but it's a lot more challenging than it used to be to round up big hordes efficiently, because they all have such a different movement speed now. It's quite easy for zombies to get left behind. It's really hard to keep them all in a cohesive group, but let's try. Oh, man, that is a lot of zombies. I'm kind of feeling like this isn't going to be worth it, like I should just quit straight away. Oh, man, let's have a look. What can we see in there? We can see, oh no, I didn't think about that, did I? We can see a security fence. Is there a back door? No, ooh, it's just more zombies. This is quite an enclosed space. It's going to be tricky. But I didn't think about the fact that there would be a security fence, so we've got no way to actually get inside the building. It is easier to get through those security fences than it used to be. Now you can use a propane torch and welding mask, but we have neither of those. But this is going to be super risky. We've got to stay close to the zombies. Oh, there's so many zombies, so that we can keep them interested. But there's a risk with that we could get completely surrounded. Poor Josh is absolutely at breaking point. The stress levels are off the charts. Oh, this is just crazy amount of zombies. That is an absolutely insane amount of zombies, and I'm not seeing a clear path. Well, I don't think we're ever going to be able to draw away the zombies efficiently enough to then be able to come back and realistically loot the place without having to still kill 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 zombies. Who knows? This whole escapade could take days. Is it worth it? I think there's your answer. We're splitting. We're abandoning the plan. We're abandoning the plan. We're out of here. We are out of here. That was a crazy, crazy amount of zombies. Whatever loot's in there, I just can't think it's worth it. Well, I guess with all of that, yeah, of course there's a zombie right there. With all of that, we're saying goodbye to West Point. Then we're going to have to take that zombie out. Let's hope we can take the zombie out before any others come. But yeah, say goodbye to West Point. Having said that, maybe we do need to get into the storage facility. Because we do need, not for the gun store, but for the security fence around Louisville. Louisville is kind of an exclusion zone. We do actually need a propane torch and a welder's mask. And the most likely place we're going to find that nearby is the storage facility. So let's leave those hundreds of zombies behind at the gun store. That is just the most zombies that Josh has seen so far, and he didn't take it well. There's a lot of zombies here though. We've got a lot of fighting to do to get into the storage facility. So we're having to use the steel bars, which probably, it's a big heavy implement. It's going to tire Josh out very, very soon. Let's take that. It's going to get that muscle strain very, very soon. But as long as there's no more than a couple dozen zombies between here and the storage facility, should be able to get in there this afternoon and hopefully load up on loot again, take advantage of that increased carrying capacity in the truck. Man, what I wouldn't give for some beta blockers right now, some chill pills. There's the muscle strain. Josh is going to be having nightmares for days and weeks after seeing such a huge horde like that. Absolutely insane. Okay, that's another 3 taken care of. And the muscle pain is already there. He's agitated. He's calming down slowly. Still got a racing heart, confused thoughts. He's finding things tough at the moment, is Josh, and who can blame him? Ooh, but that will make him cheer up a little bit. That is nice. And with that muscle strain, we're going to have to try push him down best we can. Doesn't seem to be any error if we're holding a weapon when we push. Okay, we've got 4 zombies outside. It is quite a big storage facility, so we could walk out of there with a lot of really useful loot. But first, Josh needs to have a little bit of a break. And just taking a moment to drop off a few items, so we're under carry capacity again. I managed to find a second box of shotgun shells on a zombie that we killed randomly. So we are accumulating an arsenal slowly. Okay, let's get to work clearing out the storage facility. This is probably going to be something that takes Josh all day, clearing out the zombies, searching through all the lockups. Oh man, we are flying through these weapons so quickly. It is crazy. The number one priority loot-wise is a welder's mask and propane torch and maybe some spare propane. We've got to basically break into Louisville if we want to get to the airport. That could be a challenge. I still don't know how close to Louisville we're going to go before we decide to somehow go east. We only have the vaguest idea of where the airport actually is. It's obviously, being an airport, not going to be in the middle of town. It's going to be a little ways away. So I guess we just keep heading east until we find it. Hopefully with that, this area is pretty clear. What loot are we going to find here, if anything? I guess we start with the lockups outside. There's more zombies to take out first. Okay, but this does look like another location that is pre-looted. Good thing with that is all the garages are broken down and open. But the bad news is there's going to be a lot less loot. We've still got some zombies somewhere. This is going to be interesting. What loot are we going to find here? Man, Josh has suddenly leveled up his pushing over game, that is for sure. But then of course the next zombie takes for absolute ever to go down. Okay, brilliant. Look at that. There's one. There's one of the items. I think we still need a welding mask. Okay, well that is an interesting little option. Let's take that instead of the wooden mallet. We'll keep that as a backup though, but I got a feeling it probably won't last very long. Let's continue searching. We're looking out for that welding mask. Oh my god. Oh. Instinct kicked in. I didn't even hear that zombie. I just felt the need to run through the doorway, and it's a good job I did, because that zombie came out of nowhere. Okay, well most interestingly, we found a load of fishing gear. A lot of fishing gear. We found a fishing net, 2 lots of fishing line. Just as you saw, picked up some bolt cutters. So I don't know if we can use those to get through the fence, or if the only way we can do it is by using a welding torch. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, there's... Ooh, that is beautiful. We're going to make good use of that weapon. Maybe we should just check behind these units. There's clearly more zombies around before we get cornered. It's better than nothing. We're going to get that on the back. Well, that gives us more options. Oh, these blind corners are the worst. Could do with the power being on right now. No such luck. Let's drop off the rest of the gear before we grab any more. Yeah, let's go in the back door. A little bit more open. Less chance of a nasty surprise. Oh, it's a lot of lockups, a lot of potential for loot. And there's a zombie banging on a fence that's hopefully on the other side. But as well as a lot of potential for loot, there's a lot of blind corners. This is sketchy. Let's just walk through the corridors first. Don't want any surprises. Let's make sure this area is clear before we turn our attention to loot. Corridors like this, so sketchy. 6 doorways, 6 chances of a zombie to just emerge from them at any point. Okay, but this place is absolutely clear of zombies. So let's get to looting. Let's just take a little look outside. We're clear. Where do they come from? Where do they come from? But it's good timing. They showed up at just the right time, at least for Josh anyway. Just look around the corner. Yeah, okay. We've got a moment. Let's do this. Okay, well, Josh's search for a welding mask has come up empty. He's come up short. We have found 3 or 4 items of weapons. But nothing else so far. Okay, well Josh has searched the whole storage facility now. It has taken him all day. No welder's mask, and as you can see, it is dark, it is raining. Things are making Josh a little bit sad. And of course, yeah, there's always another zombie. We haven't found a welding mask. We do have bolt cutters. We do have a welding torch. We do have another zombie. Where the hell did you come from? I guess we want to try on these fences here. Oh, thought they were dead. We want to experiment on these fences here. See if we can actually disassemble them, break them down. Oh wow. Guess there was some zombies out on the street. First we got to deal with yet more zombies. We didn't find a welder's mask in the storage facility, but we did find 3 or 4 weapons. Tire irons, iron pieces, nothing amazing, but something that we can definitely put to good use in reducing the zombie numbers. Where is that zombie? Oh, I'm just gonna have to leave them. I'm not blundering through the trees there. Let's see if we can disassemble some of these high fences with what we've got. Okay, well, I do not know where that zombie has gone to. Okay, yeah, so we do need old welding goggles, but we need a welding mask, something. Heck, John's eyes. Wow, all of a sudden, a welding mask has become very, very important, because without it, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get into Louisville. There'll be no sneaking in. We'll have to go in through the front door. So, what do we do next? We've got to get a welding mask. Actually, we could try the bolt cutters. Let's see if that will work. It probably won't. If we do need the welding mask, what do we do next? Do we just carry on going north in the hope, in the expectation that we'll find something useful, something that we need, or do we head back? Where are the bolt cutters? There they are. Do we head back to Moldra once again to the warehouse there? Surely that's got to be the easiest option, but I don't want to keep going north. I don't want to keep going backwards. Do not have an option. They are nothing more than a very, very heavy weapon. Okay, well, we'll keep the bolt cutters in case that changes. But we need to find a welding mask if we want to sneak into Louisville. I do not fancy trying to get through the military checkpoint. Looking at the numbers that were at the gun store in West Point, which is a lot smaller than Louisville. Just wondering what happened to that zombie. The number of zombies at the military checkpoint could be absolutely insane. But one thing's for sure, we're definitely leaving West Point behind. I think we've burned our bridges with West Point with the amount of zombies we've sort of brought into the area. And let's just top up our water. Okay, that's the water topped up. I think that's going to have to be it for today's episode. And sometimes the ambient noises sound just like a zombie. Right, next stop, who knows? Do we go back to Moldra? Do we go north and hope that we come across another opportunity to search through a factory or warehouse? Got to decide, but for now that's going to have to be it. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Smash the like button, comment, sub if you haven't already. Thank you very much for coming along with Josh's journey all the way to Louisville Airport, but for now that's going to have to be all. Peace.